All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, everyone's welcome and is our special guest, located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, good times to be together.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX, 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Good evening and welcome to episode 2 of this season of MSU Inside Out. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.
Got a big show lined up for episode 2. We got Nolan's going to talk a little bit about the homecoming football game coming up, and he's going to have another interview talking to the homecoming royalty, actually. But then I understand that you have a special interview lined up tonight.
Yes, today I'm interviewing drum major for the Minot State University Marching Band, Brianna Guzman.
And then following, like right after that, Blake's going to talk to us a little bit about sports going on around campus. And I'll have an interview with Mr. William Harbord, talk to us a little bit about Nonstock. But we're going to go ahead and move right into Nolan with his interview, Nolan Accent with more.
Thanks, guys. Standing here with Sarah Wiedmeyer. Sarah, thanks for joining me. You are the Director of Marketing, Promotions, and Ticket Sales. It's a very long title over in the athletic department here at Minot State University. The athletic department, though, has a very, very big weekend coming up. Homecoming here on the campus of Minot State University. I just want to get you to tell me a little bit about all the activities that are going on campus here from your guys' standpoint this weekend.
Right, so we have a soccer game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. They play the University of Minnesota Crookston. Athletic standpoint for homecoming, we have soccer wrestling reunion, so all of the previous soccer and wrestling athletes that we have will be in town this weekend. Saturday morning we have the parade at 11. It'll come down past 11th here at the end, and we have tailgating set up. We'll have quite a few vendors set up here too, so we'll have Coke here giving out samples of some new products. We'll have Valet and First Assembly of God. They'll be having some free samples for everyone that's enjoying tailgating. And then we have football kickoff at 2 o'clock against Winona State. So hopefully football can pull off a win here this weekend.
Grab their first win of the season. That'll be big for them. You mentioned the tailgating, though. It's kind of changed in the last couple of years. Can you tell me a little bit about the location for some of the people that don't know since the change?
Right. So tailgating is going to be on 11th Avenue here. We do have a lot of tailgating spots that are filled up. I believe there's only 1 or 2 spots available now in the student section. So if you're a student and you don't have a tailgate spot yet, you can still reserve that at MSUbeavers.com, or you can call me in the office and I can get that set aside for them.
Do you have a phone number for the office?
Yep, 701-858-4094.
All right, awesome. And now you mentioned also the soccer and wrestling reunion. Is it something you guys try to do every single homecoming, is to have a couple of teams come back for a reunion, or is this something new?
Yep, it's something that we kind of work with the alumni office. We pick different teams each year, so it's not always the same. So I don't know who it was last year because I'm pretty new here, but every year is a little bit different, just to get some new people on campus that haven't been here in a while, with all of the new changes that have been happening here in the Dome and out at Herb Parker. So.
All right. What years are the teams going to be from?
Since it started.
Oh, it's not just a certain reunion year. It's everybody. Okay. And now kind of to move away from all the events that are going on and kind of look into how you get everything going, what's kind of some of the things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis to get ready for homecoming weekend?
Well, it's a lot to explain, I guess, in a short amount of time, but there's a lot of preparation going on for game days. Game day stuff is more important for me, making sure all the people coming for the reunion teams all have tickets and stuff like that, and just working with special groups that are coming in for homecoming, and then just making sure it's out on social media and just kind of pushing it out, getting the word out there for everything that's going on.
All right, now back to talking about all the things that you do and get ready to go. Is there any promotions or anything to look out for over the weekend?
I guess you'll have to come to the games to find out.
All right, and you also mentioned that you were pretty new here at MSU. Is this your first year?
It's my first fall. I started in the middle of December, so.
All right, and how's it been here at Minot State for you? I'll ask you real quick before we wrap things up.
It's been good. It was weird definitely coming in the middle of a year. It's harder, I think, but then again, I think it's easier just because now I'm used to everything. Now it's fall time instead of me starting in the fall and then jumping in without having any games under my belt with how things are run here at Minot State.
All right, so you got all sorts of things going on this week, and I'm sure you're going to be very busy. I want to thank you for joining me again, Sarah Wiedmeyer, with me here from the athletic department. Good luck with everything this weekend. I hope it all goes well, but we're going to kick it back to you guys in the studio now.
All right, thank you, Nolan. Joining us today is the drumming major for the Minot State University Marching Band, Brianna Guzman. Brianna, thank you for taking time out of your busiest day to join us today.
Thank you for having
Definitely
me.
Appreciate it. What role does a drumming major play in a marching band?
The drum major is essentially the leader of the band. The drum major takes the step below the staff or the directors of the band. So I'm the one who leads the band through the parade and conducts through the field show.
So you're basically the leader of the entire band?
Yes.
Okay, very cool, very cool. What is your favorite thing about being in a marching band?
I'd say my favorite thing is having people come up to me after performances and saying how awesome they thought the band was, or saying that I did a good job or the band did a great job. And personally, my favorite out of that is when children show that they really like what we do, and I'm glad that that the band and I could be an influence to children that are musicians and are looking to maybe pursue a degree in music or a passion in marching band or things like that.
What have your guys' preparations been for the upcoming homecoming parade on Saturday?
We started rehearsing a week before school for a few days. We had a band camp where we taught new people how to march, and there were some people who already knew what this was all about. So those people, for them, it was kind of a review. But we've spent every class period working on our marching drill and technique. So we've been at this since school started.
Can you maybe give us some details about what songs you guys are going to do for the homecoming parade?
For the parade, we will be playing our fight song, and we will be playing Respect by Aretha Franklin.
In terms of in-game, will you guys be doing any unique formations for the homecoming game?
Yes, my favorite formation of our field show is during our second movement or second song, Open Arms by Journey. The band actually forms a heart on the field, and that's my favorite.
That is very cool. Some of my favorite formations actually come from Ohio State University.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I really think some of the formations they do are really cool.
Yeah, so do I.
Now switching over to the game, how long have you guys been preparing for this game?
We have been preparing since, well, we got an email during the summer what specific games we would have to be ready for. And so we've been working on our homecoming repertoire for about 5 weeks now.
How is performing for the homecoming game any different from performing from, say, any other MSU football game?
Performing for the homecoming football game is a bigger deal to us because there's a lot more audience turnout at the homecoming games because it's the homecoming game. So there's going to be a lot more alumni and a lot more people that are really wanting to see what the Beaver football team has to put out on the field. Or, I mean, there are people that come to the games just to see the band. So that's really it's really awesome to know that a lot of people show up for the homecoming game just for those things. So it's a really big deal for us.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Brianna?
Not at the moment.
All right, well, thank you for being here.
Thank you so
Brianna
much.
Guzman, drumming major for the MSU Marching Band. Coming up in the show, we have underwriters with sports, as well as a couple of interviews, weather, and some campus events as well. So now we'll go ahead and throw it to our underwriters.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Artmain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. I'm still Matt Huffman.
And I'm still Dalen Eddington.
So now we're going to go ahead and move over to our sports section with Blake. And Blake, from what I understand, the Beavers have kind of been dealing with a tough loss this weekend against Southwest Minnesota State.
Yeah, the last 2 games they've had a chance to tie the game late and ended up throwing an interception. So The offense is starting to come around. The defense has been really big for the Beavers as they look to get a win column in homecoming week.
Awesome.
The Beavers ended up in the loss column for the second consecutive week, this time at the hands of the Southwest Minnesota State Mustangs by a score of 28-20. The defense had a big stop to get the offense the ball back with just over a minute to go in the fourth quarter. The Beavers drove all the way down to the Mustangs' 11-yard line, but quarterback Zach Cunha threw an interception on the final play of the game. Cunha completed 15 of 33 passes for 232 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns. Levante Bushell had 4 receptions for 52 yards, and senior fullback Leroy Arnold finished with 2 receptions for 52 yards and a touchdown. The Beavers will look to pick up their first win of the season this weekend against Winona State. Kickoff at 2 p.m. at Herb Parker Stadium. From the gridiron to the volleyball court, the Beavers fell to U Mary in a tight 4-set battle. They won the first set 26-24, but the Marauders stormed back to sweep the final 3 sets. Sophomore Emily Faldorf and Jeannie Brenner led the offensive attack with 10 kills apiece. The Beavers will look to get a win column in the win column this weekend when they go on the road, traveling to Concordia for a 6 p.m. start tomorrow night. Saturday, they will also travel to Minnesota State Mankato. First set is at noon. Minot State Beavers women's soccer team earned a split this past weekend. Friday, they posted their second consecutive shutout against Wayne State in a Northern Sun Saturday afternoon matchup. Senior Kelly Crease broke a scoreless tie in the 13th minute, and freshman Sophia Lewis doubled the lead to 2-0 with her team leading 3rd goal of the season. Beaver goalkeeper made 2 saves for the shutout. The Beavers were on the wrong end of a shutout on Sunday afternoon as they fell to the Vikings 1-0 against Augustana. The Vikings' lone goal came from Claire Dam in the 43rd minute. The loss dropped the Beavers 2-3-1 on the season. Last year, the Beavers lost 3 games all season. They will be in action tomorrow night when they host University of Minnesota Crookston at 7 p.m. The men's Beavers hockey team kicked off their season with a bang, sweeping their opening series against the Oklahoma Sooners. Game 1 was controlled right from puck drop as the Beavers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first 2 minutes. Shane Sheshchuk, Derek Brooks, and Lena Lipinski scored for the Beavers, and Holden Kurtz turned aside all 16 shots for the shutout. In Game 2, the Beavers won big 6-1. 2 goals from Shane Sheshchuk, Joel Swedlow, Craig Fournier, Dylan Johnson, and Lena Lipinski all chipped in on the score sheet. Josh Bukowski was nearly perfect, stopping 21 of 22 shots. With the 2 wins, the Beavers moved up 1 spot in the ACHA rankings from 3 to 2. The Beavers are now off for homecoming week. They will be in action next weekend when they travel to Jamestown. Thursday for a 7 p.m. start. The Beavers have a quick turnaround as they host the Jimmies Friday night in the new Pepsi rink. The Beavers have been on a roll as of late at home. They've won 54 straight wins at home. They haven't lost since 2014. Wade Gear's got to be impressed with this start this season.
Absolutely, because you got to think it's kind of unfortunate that we don't get to see him play during homecoming, but when you have an impressive record like 54 home wins in a row, like maybe no one just wanted to play us during homecoming. Yeah. They were a little intimidated maybe, I don't know for sure. But joining me now is a man who needs absolutely no introduction in Hartnett Hall particularly. He is one of the chairs of the Humanities Division. He's one of our professors and even my advisor from time to time. I'd like to welcome to the studio Mr. William Harbord. How are you doing tonight, Bill?
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Yep. So we see a lot of each other. I feel like I see you like at least every day on campus, but you are actually here to discuss something that's not my curriculum, and it's Not Stock. So do you want to kind of give our viewers at home a little insight as to what Not Stock exactly entails and what it kind of is?
Yep. MSU Not Stock is the campus signature arts event. It's a 3-day event that celebrates the arts, all different types of arts on our campus.
Okay, and last year we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Not Stock. You know, in a couple of years it's going to have a driving permit and we're going to have to worry about where it's at on the road. But how are you kind of upping the stakes for this year's to kind of come off that 10-year high that was last year's Not Stock?
Yeah, I mean, last year was great, and this year is going to be great too. Everyone's a little different. I'd like to think they grow and they refine every year at the same time. This year, like other years, it's an arts event. So we celebrate all the arts. We celebrate everything from poster art in the art department and visual arts. We celebrate ceramics, improv theater, English language poetry, slam poetry, and just kind of on, film and craft and just about anything that is in the arts arena.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and throw some more pictures up again for the viewers back home as to the dates and the logos, and then one of the shirt designs that you brought in with you today. But so on top of the slam poetry, I understand we got a bit of a ringer coming in for the special guest. She's kind of accredited nationwide. Do you know?
She's fantastic. She's like the women's slam poetry champion of the United States 2017. And we have her here doing workshops with students working on using words to communicate information. Words have power, and that's going to be the emphasis of her workshop. She's also going to perform for us, and she's going to host what we call the Slam and the Dam every Friday. Every Friday this year, it's October 6th at 1 o'clock in the Beaver Dam. We have kind of the celebration of all the poetry that was written in these workshops, and students in many cases get up to the microphone for the first time and they bust it out.
Yeah, I remember last year I was selling t-shirts with Art Club, and I remember seeing the slam poetry. It was a really good time to have. So I guess, is there a favorite event you have from Nostock, one that you're looking forward the most to? I know you probably can't pick favorites, but let's just pretend it's just me and you talking right now. But
I mean, I really appreciate all the arts, but I'm especially close to like the poster arts, right? I'm an artist, trained as an artist, so the poster artists intrigue me. I look forward to meeting them, seeing what kind of characters they are, how they generate work, how they make a living, how they make such beautiful things, how they're going to interact with our students. So this year we have Ryan Dugan and Elizabeth Kovach. They're a couple. And they work together. They work together, and they have a really interesting language, visual language that they use. It's almost recalls punk rock in its sensibility. It's a little snarky, if you will, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what they create while they're here.
And is there anything else you'd like to add for the interview? Maybe plug the dates. I'll plug them for you.
Good gosh. Last year MSU Broadcasting delivered this really ticklish tongue twister activity in the Beaver Dam. And I'm looking forward to that this year. We had kind of a craft stock component last year where just independent artists were selling wares, and that was kind of cool. We have film stock this year with North Dakota Strong, ND Strong, Matt Maldonado, and Eric Temke. So, so many good things to look forward to. It'll be 3 really fun-filled days.
And that is MSU Nostock is going to be from October 4th through the 7th. And as we get done talking about Nostock, we're going to go ahead and talk to the homecoming royalty. We have Anthony Battle and the Queen with Nolan Axton. Nolan has more in the field.
I gotta say, I feel a little bit left out. Nobody told me to wear my crown today, and you guys are standing here, each have a crown on. What's with that? Just kidding. Standing here, Anthony Battle, Shania Mao, homecoming king and queens. Congrats to both of you guys. Big time to do that. It's homecoming week. You were busy for the last little week campaigning and doing everything. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got into running for homecoming king and queen.
So each of us had to pick an office on campus to represent us, and I ran for the Residence Life and Housing office.
I ran for student life and the ones who run activities on campus. Okay,
so do you guys just decide yourselves that you want to run for that, or do you get volunteered, I guess, kind of by the groups that you run for? I'll ask you this first.
Yeah, I just asked my boss if I could represent the office this year.
All right. What about you, Anthony? Were you tied in with the wrestling team too, or did you get volunteered?
I got volunteered because I was the only senior guy.
Okay, so now to look at how you run for it, I guess you campaign, you guys draw pictures on the sidewalks. Tell me a little bit about the work that goes into that, I should say.
I did a few things. I made yard signs instead of chalk just because I knew it was going to rain a lot. I handed out suckers to the residents, and I did cupcakes, and I put them out in Old Main and in the residence halls on campus.
And now, Anthony, kind of the same question to you, but I talked to you a little bit about last week. You showed me your poster. What else did you do to campaign for this?
So yeah, I did my poster, and then I did some chalking out there on the yards, and I handed out brownies. That was about it. I handed out brownies in the dorms. I went to each dorm and handed out some brownies.
All right, were they homemade brownies?
They were homemade brownies, and I burnt myself making them, so a little bit of a battle scar.
So it was well worth all the effort. I guess you burnt yourself, but you get to win. Now, tell me a little bit about the feeling of winning this. How was that for you guys?
I was so excited. I think the first thing I said to Anthony was like, I'm gonna cry, and he's like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited, and I got to see my teammates in front of me cheering me on, so that was kind of a really good feeling.
Now all the hard work is over. Tell me a little bit about the things that you guys still have left to do as homecoming king and queen.
So we get to lead the parade on Saturday morning, and then we get a walkout during halftime of the football game.
All right, and now you mentioned the parade. What time does that start, and kind of what's a little bit about the route that you guys take for people that want to stop by and watch it?
Well, it starts at 10 a.m. in the morning, and then the route starts in downtown Minot area, and then it comes all the way up to 11th Street where the tailgate's at.
All right, and now I'm going to ask you a little bit because you guys had the coronation the other day at the block party, but you still got to sit on the float at the parade, and then you got to head out to probably midfield, I'm assuming, at the football game. How's the nerves for that?
I'm kind of nervous to walk out on the game, and I'm kind of nervous in the parade, just because I've never been in a parade where the main subject is me. I've walked out there for wrestling, but no one cares when there's 40 different people out there.
And what about for you?
I'm just excited.
Just a little bit of excitement. Okay, it's a very exciting time. And, of course, congrats again to both of you guys, Anthony Battle, Shania Mao, homecoming king and queen. Do you guys want to say anything to the people that voted for you?
Yeah, thanks for getting out and voting, and I can't wait to see you all at the football game and tailgating.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all the people who voted for me. Appreciate it, and go Beavers.
And one more question real quick before we wrap things up here. You guys talked to your parents. Have you told them the good news, or were they excited too?
Yes, the first thing I did was I FaceTimed my stepmom and my siblings, and my stepmom was screaming, and all the kids were running up to see what was wrong, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, I called my parents, and my mom was crying, and my dad was really excited.
All right, thanks guys for joining me. We're going to throw it back to you now in the studio.
Thank you, Nolan, and to the king queen of Minot State University. Now a quick word from our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ-FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX, 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out, and now I have a quick little weather update for this weekend. We're going to see scattered showers throughout the weekend with showers on Friday and Saturday. A little break. Showers on Friday and Sunday, and a little break on Saturday with scattered skies and maybe a little sunshine through. Highs of around 60s with lows in the lower 40s. So I understand that you have some campus events you want to talk about.
We do. We have campus events going on this week.
Go ahead.
So going on Friday, September 22nd, we have the MSU Alumni and Friends Reunion at Holiday Inn Riverside from 7 to 11 p.m. Soccer versus University of Minnesota Crookston at Herb Parker at 7 p.m. as well. Saturday, the 22nd, we have the homecoming parade at Main Street and Broadway at 11 a.m. with the homecoming game at Herb Parker at 2 p.m. Sunday, September 24th, we have the Artist Series at Anne Nicole Nelson Hall, and that starts at 3 p.m. And then September 27th, we have the biggest Scandinavian festival in the world, the Norse Coast Fest, the 40th anniversary, and the celebration is going on at the State Fair Center.
You think about going check out Host Fest maybe a little bit?
I'm thinking so. I've never really been to the Host Fest before.
Oh man,
so.
You're missing out. Missing out on some of that Scandinavian heritage going on. But, you know, it was a good episode. We got to talk a little bit to Brianna, the band. We got to talk to Bill about Nodstock and the homecoming royalty. So I think that's a good point to say goodbye. And thank you for watching MSU Inside Out. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.